Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something that might just be the master key to your mental health. It's an idea that once you really get it, you'll start seeing it everywhere, especially inside your own head. I mean, think about it for a sec. We spend so much time and energy on guard. We're constantly trying to shield ourselves from all the potential dangers of the world out there. It's just what we do. But here's the real question, the one that kind of stops you in your tracks. With all these walls we build for the outside world, what about the world inside our own minds? Who's standing guard in there? So to really get to the bottom of this, let's start with something we all understand. Let's talk about the threats we can actually see and the ways we defend ourselves every single day. You know the drill. We wear masks to fend off germs, we try to drink clean water, we keep our spaces tidy. We do all this stuff almost on autopilot because the pollution out there is obvious, right? And the solutions seem pretty clear too. Okay, so now let's flip that idea on its head. Let's talk about a different kind of pollution. One that's totally invisible, but man, it can be so much more damaging. This is the pollution that builds up inside our own minds. We're calling it mental pollution. And honestly, the best way to picture it is like an internal smog. It's this slow, creeping buildup of negative thoughts and draining emotions that clouds our thinking, sucks our energy, and just messes with our happiness. And the scariest part, we often don't even realize it's happening. So what is this smog actually made of? Well, it's not some weird, abstract thing. It's the stuff we all wrestle with. It's that anger that just won't go away, that constant background stress, the sting of jealousy, the habit of complaining, that sadness that lingers, or that fear that holds you back. Each one of these is like a tiny particle of soot, adding to that haze in our heads. And this isn't just some, philosophical theory. This internal pollution has very real, very physical results. Our body is actually pretty good at sending out warning signs, basically screaming that the mind is crying out for help. So let's get down to it. How does this inner smog, this mental pollution, actually start to impact our physical bodies? I think you'll find the answers are surprisingly familiar. A lot of times, it starts physically. With those nagging headaches that seem to come from absolutely nowhere. Then it can start messing with your nights, turning into sleeplessness, where your mind just races and you can't get that deep rest your body is desperate for. You might even feel it in your gut. That unexplained heartburn, that acidity, that feeling of being all tied up in knots inside. Pretty soon, this deep, constant fatigue can set in, the kind that no amount of coffee or sleep can seem to touch. And maybe the most heartbreaking sign of all, a gradual loss of joy. It's when the world itself just starts to feel a little less vibrant, a little more gray. And right here, this is the crucial takeaway. We rush to treat this symptom, right? The body is sick, so we take a pill for it. But so much of the time, we're totally ignoring the root cause, the fact that the mind is unwell. The physical pain is just the final, desperate alarm bell warning us that the mental pollution has hit a breaking point. Okay, so that's the problem. But here's the great news. There are absolutely solutions. It's time to open up the mental health toolkit and talk about a simple cleanup. And what's amazing is just how simple this inner cleanup routine can be. This is not about some massive, intimidating life change. It's about small, consistent habits. Like really carving out time that is just for you. No excuses. Or just sitting quietly for a few minutes and focusing on your breath. Or talking, actually opening up to someone you trust. Filling your mind with good stuff, whether it's music or a book. And you gotta laugh. Laughter is one of the fastest ways to just blow that smog away. This all leads us to the final and maybe the most empowering part of this whole idea. The ultimate responsibility for clearing out all this internal pollution, it rests with just one person. And here it is. Think about it. You can find a doctor or a treatment for almost anything wrong with your body. But when it comes to your mind, you are the primary caregiver. You're the only one who can really feel that pollution building up. And you're the only one who can take the steps to clear it out. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question, and don't think about tomorrow or next week. What is one small, simple thing you are going to do
today to start clearing that internal smog and let a little more light in.